Hi guys, so I watched the ending again with new eyes, and I have new thoughts. I still don't like that Aziraphale and Crowley are gone, but I do honestly think, like I said in the recording before, that what they were trying to do was gorgeous. It really was. Like I get the sentiment. It was beautiful, and I like the idea that they find each other in every universe. I mean, if you watch the credits, you'll see that. And I like that idea, I really do. Of course, I'm grieving as Errol and Crowley because they were the characters that I, went along with for 3 years, and I'm really gonna miss them. And I'm really gonna, mourn what they could have had. But at the same time, even though it's not them, technically, it's a version of them. It's kind of like, if you haven't seen Arcane, spoilers ahead, I think you know where I'm going with this. In Arcane League of Legends, there was a popular ship between Jinx and Echo. And in Season 2, Episode 7, I believe, Echo traveled to an alternate universe where Jinx was Powder and Powder was mentally sane, and then they got to kiss and dance, and they knew it wasn't. See, she knew it wasn't him, and he knew it wasn't her, but they still got to have that moment, and they still got to, have that 15 minutes of romance or whatever you want to call it. I think it's quite like that. That it's not them, but it is them. You know. And I think once my anger passes, I'll be okay with it. I think in the end, it was a bittersweet ending. It wasn't ideal. It wasn't the kind of ending that everybody wanted. I think I speak for everyone when I say we would have preferred for Aziraphale and Crowley to live and get to be together with their memories intact. However, I understand where they were going with it. And now that some of my anger and sadness and heartbreak has passed, it's different now. It's less kind of I hate Good Omens and more of a I'm indifferent about Good Omens. I don't think I'll ever get that love back. I don't. But I don't hate it anymore. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I don't despise it. I don't wish it gone, like I did last week. I'm grateful that, they got to tell the story and that I found Good Omens, because before the finale, it got me through a lot. It got me through a lot of shit. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm just happy that I got to experience that story between the two of them, even if it ended in a way that wasn't ideal for my shipper heart. I'm still happy that the story was told. The story of an angel and a demon who are beyond humans and beyond what they are supposed to do, finding each other and falling in love. I think that is a really beautiful sentiment and story. I understand people who like the ending. I understand people who hate the ending. I understand people who are like me and are kind of wishy-washy about it. I understand every perspective. I really do. I didn't at first, but I do now. Me and Maddie are still doing the podcast. That hasn't been cancelled. But after the podcast, again, like I said, I think I'm done. I think I'm finished. I'll keep my videos up. I'm glad I didn't make the rash decision to take them down, because I'm really proud of what I've done, and I don't think that should be tainted or taken down because I'm bitter towards the source material now. So the podcast is still releasing weekly. For the next few weeks anyway. For the next, I think, 4 weeks, for the next month. Then it's over. Of course, I found myself a lifelong friend in Maddie, and I hope that we will be friends forever. Honestly, she's a wonderful human being, and I'm really glad to know her and have met her. However, the Good Omens content, aside from it, is probably going to stop. I just don't have the drive for it anymore. I don't feel about Good Omens like I used to. And it was a very rapid change in opinion. I feel like an ending of a show can really change how you feel about a show. The ending of a show matters a lot in terms of like how you feel about the show looking back on it and going forward. And I feel like for me, and this is just my opinion, going back to seasons 1 and 2 that ultimately never happened in the first place, it's not a good look. Not a good look, but it doesn't feel right for me. It doesn't feel nice for me. And I will, if I rewatch seasons 1 and 2, I'm just sitting there thinking, well, that never happened. So, and I'm also grieving the two main characters that we lost. So, yeah, there's that as well. There are people who say that this is the only way that this could have ended. I don't agree with that, but I also won't argue with it. If it is the only way that it could have ended, I also get it. That doesn't mean I like it, but I do get it. So yeah, that's where I am right now. Basically, TLDR, we are continuing the podcast as normal. After the podcast, I think I am finished with Good Omens content. I don't know what I'm going to do after the fact. I think I'm just going to focus on my writing. Me and my friend are doing a podcast after the fact on lesbian media, which is going to be really fun, on a separate channel. So if anyone is interested in that, please let me know. I'd love to have some prior support before we get started. But yeah, that's what we're planning to do right now. We're writing, because I'm writing a book with the same friend. I'm writing it with them. We're doing the podcast. We're doing the book. We're writing a book together, and we're probably gonna do an audio drama version or a comic dub of the guy I was interested in wasn't a guy at all. The manga. I'm sure you've heard of it. We've got a lot on the docket. And we're gonna focus on that. We were originally gonna do a Doctor Who podcast, but we initially decided. Well, I said to them, I was like, nah, let's not. Let's do a lesbian podcast instead. So I was like, yeah. We were like, yeah, let's just do that. But yeah, this channel might die out. I have no idea what's gonna happen with it. I don't see myself doing Good Omens content, but you know, that's just me. That's just how I feel at the moment. It could change. I don't know. I'm gonna keep the videos up, so don't worry about that. The videos will stay up. I appreciate everyone's support. I don't want that going unnoticed. Everyone's support has been monumental, especially for my mental health. And I'm really grateful for everyone who tuned in, who told me that my work was amazing, and just compliments that I'm not used to getting outside of family and friends. And it was really kind of you guys to stick around, and I'm glad that any of my work made you happy or smile or anything like that. I've gotten a few comments saying that my work has really helped with people's mental health, and that means a lot to me as well, because I didn't know that I could have that kind of impact on people. But I'm really glad that I did. And the videos are going to stay up. They will. And I don't know about what's going to happen next. Probably nothing related to Good Omens, to be honest. But who knows? Like, I could change my mind in a few months, you know? But yeah, the podcast is happening as usual. After the podcast, I have no idea what I'm doing. Probably nothing related to Good Omens. But again, like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises one way or the other. I can't say, you know, this is going to happen or not, because I just don't know how I'm going to feel in a couple months. So, yeah, that's my stance at the moment. Thank you guys for all of your support. It's meant the world to me. Thank you to Maddie for being an amazing co-host so far and in the future, and an amazing friend. Maddie, if you're watching this, you're a real one. You're an amazing friend, and I love you. And thank you to you all who've been so patient and so kind and so understanding, especially with my situation with OCD and mental health and coming and going. It's meant a lot to me. And hopefully I'll see you all on the flip side. Like, hopefully I'll see you all, well, I mean, I'll see you all for the podcast. Me and Maddie will. And I'll see you for all the other stuff that I've got planned and going on and whatever. Stay safe, guys.